Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so you friends see it. Thank you.
Voters believe Stormy over Trump. Voters believe adult film actress Stormy Daniels. They believe her claim that she and Donald Trump had sex before he ran for president, and that Trump has been unfaithful to his wife. Only a third think the president is honest. More than half think he has low morals. But a new Politico, Morning Consult poll, conducted after Daniels' appearance on 60 Minutes this weekend, suggests that despite that litany of sins, the Daniels revelations are unlikely to significantly alter Trump's political standing. The president's approval rating, 42% in this week's poll, remains largely unchanged from 44% last week. Fewer voters support beginning impeachment proceedings against Trump than last year. And voters are split on whether Trump should even answer Daniels' assertions at all. Taken together, the data suggests Trump's past behavior with women is already known among voters, and many are willing to overlook it. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders made essentially the same point in her defense of Trump on Tuesday when she was asked by a reporter to respond to former President Jimmy Carter's assertion that Americans want a president with basic moral values. "I think the people of this country came out by the millions to support Donald Trump, to support his agenda and the policies that he's pushing forward," Sanders said. "He has been delivering day in and day out on that front. He's kept a number of his campaign promises." Even so, Trump's seeming imperviousness to the scandal is stunning given the opinions Americans profess to hold on issues of character. In the most recent Politico, Morning Consult poll, 91% said honesty is very important for elected officials to embody in their personal life in order to carry out their official duties. 75% said the same about morality. On the question of extramarital affairs, 80% said they were morally wrong. Despite all that, when asked directly about the Daniels scandal, nearly half of voters say it doesn't change how they view Trump. The Stormy Daniels scandal has had little discernible impact on voter opinions of President Trump this month, said Morning Consult co-founder and chief research officer Kyle Drop. In this week's poll, 46% of voters said the Stormy Daniels matter made no difference in their view of President Trump, compared to 39% who said the same in early March. The president has thus far refrained from commenting personally on Daniels' interview on CBS with Anderson Cooper, while the White House reminded the press that Trump has consistently denied allegations of a relationship with Daniels in the past. While Daniels' story was tawdry, she described, for the first time on camera, spanking Trump's rear with an issue of Forbes magazine with his own visage on the cover. In Touch magazine had reported some of the details already, based on a previously unpublished 2011 interview with Daniels. In his previous career as an aspiring real estate tycoon and reality TV character, Trump's sex life was fodder for Page Six and supermarket tabloids. It was all relitigated during the 2016 presidential campaign, and then there was the infamous Access Hollywood tape, in which Trump described being able to assault women because, as he said, "When you're a star, they let you do it." So what exactly do voters believe about Trump's relationship with Daniels? A majority believes they had an affair. The Politico, Morning Consult poll used a split sample to ask the question two different ways: do you believe they had an affair, or do you believe Daniels' allegation that they had an affair? Fully 56% and 51%, respectively for each, say yes. Only 9% and 16%, respectively, say no. There's less confidence, however, in Daniels' story about being threatened in a Las Vegas parking lot when she was attempting to sell her story to In Touch magazine. 35% say her story is credible, while 30% say it is not credible and another 35% are undecided. When it comes to Trump's personal traits and character, the poll suggests many voters compartmentalize their low opinions. Only 26% say he is moral, 55% say he is not. Just 32% say Trump is honest, while a 53% majority say he is not. And 54% don't think he's faithful to his wife. On the question of whether Trump should make a formal statement to confirm or deny his relationship with Daniels, voters are divided. 41% say he should, while 38% say he shouldn't. Most notably among the Daniels developments, plus the accelerating special counsel investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election, the percentage of voters who think Congress should begin impeachment proceedings against Trump has declined slightly from last year, the poll shows. Fewer than 2 in 5 voters, 39%, say Congress should begin the process of impeaching Trump. Nearly half, 48%, say Congress should not begin impeachment proceedings. That's virtually unchanged from the last time Politico and Morning Consult asked about impeachment last October, and it's actually down from the 43% who wanted impeachment proceedings to begin last May. Only 15% of voters think it's either very or somewhat likely Daniels' claims will lead to impeachment proceedings against Trump. Far more, 70%, think that's not too likely or not at all likely. The poll was conducted March 26 to 27, surveying 1,997 registered voters. The margin of error is plus or minus 2 percentage points. Morning Consult is a nonpartisan media and technology company that provides data-driven research and insights on politics, policy and business strategy. Trump signs bill barring federal funds to pay for official portraits. After more than a year in limbo, the Eliminating Government-Funded Oil Painting Act was signed into law by President Donald Trump on Tuesday. The law bars the use of federal funds to pay for federal officers and employees' official oil portraits. Since 2014, the annual budget has featured short-term bans on federal funding for royal portraits, but the EGO Act, introduced by Senator Bill Cassidy, R-Law, in January 2017, makes the ban permanent. The legislation specifically targets those heading up executive agencies and legislative offices, as well as the President, Vice President and members of Congress. The official portraits of the President and First Lady, along with key lawmakers, are typically commissioned with private funding, but the House has, in the past, allowed federal funds to be used for portraits of House speakers. Reports indicate that from 2010 to 2013, federal agencies doled out more than $400,000 on portraits to be displayed in agency buildings, including in locations that aren't readily accessible to the public. The cost of the individual portraits spanned from $19,000 to $50,000. By prohibiting federal spending on official portraits, the bill would encourage Congress as well as federal agencies to adopt the same fiscally responsible approach of relying on private donations, Senator Ron Johnson, Republican Wisconsin, a co-sponsor of the bill, said in a report presented to the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs last year. Trump's signing of the EGO Act comes less than 2 months after the unveiling of former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama's official paintings, both of which were commissioned for the National Portrait Gallery by private benefactors. Cassidy's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Biden says he regrets bringing up fighting Trump again. Former Vice President Joe Biden said he regrets recent comments revisiting the idea of fighting President Donald Trump over his vulgar remarks about women, telling a podcast hosted by former Obama administration staffers that his remarks were taken out of context. "I shouldn't have said what I said. I shouldn't have brought it up again, because I don't want to get down in the mosh pit with this guy," Biden told Pod Save America for an episode published Wednesday. "The idea that I would actually physically get in a contest with the President of the United States or anybody else now is not what I said, and it is not what this was about, but I should have just left it alone." Speaking earlier this month at a University of Miami event on combating campus sexual assault, Biden reiterated comments he first made during the 2016 presidential campaign, that Trump's remarks on the Access Hollywood tape, that his celebrity status allowed him to sexually assault women with impunity, were so upsetting that if the pair were still in high school, the then vice president would have to take him behind the gym. On both occasions, Trump quickly replied that he was game and could easily beat up Biden should the two come to blows. Crazy Joe Biden is trying to act like a tough guy. Actually, he is weak, both mentally and physically, and yet he threatens me, for the second time, with physical assault, the president wrote on Twitter last week. He doesn't know me, but he would go down fast and hard, crying all the way. Don't threaten people, Joe. Biden has continued to lead the It's On Us campaign against sexual assault on college campuses, which began while he was in office. He insisted in his Pod Save America interview that the notion that he truly wanted to fight Trump is inaccurate and that his remarks had always been made with the conceit that the two septuagenarians were in high school together. The former vice president said Trump's comments contribute to a culture that is permissive of violence against women. The truth of the matter is, I find the behavior, the talk, vulgar. I find it degrading. And I think what it does encourage the minority element of a male population to think it's okay to engage in the behavior the president talks about, he said. I never, ever, at any time said I would like to personally, physically, etc. But I think it's important to continue to make the point, women are entitled to be treated with respect, damn it, and it's about time we men stand up.